Happy hump day, ladies and gentlemen. We are here to talk night baseball. There's just so many sports going right now, man. It's awesome. I know you're pumped about it. This is great. We got NBA playoffs in the day baseball. Almost not enough time to play everything we want to play.
It's not even almost. That's a true statement. You really got to pick and choose. And I'm definitely going to be playing tonight's main MLB slate. I'm bowing out of the day slate, but I'm playing the main slate for sure.
I got you guys. Don't hesitate to get your money in over at overlaydfs.com. Bunch of people almost taking down the jackpot on back-to-back days yesterday, but the late minute Hassan Whiteside tying of Markel Fultz knocked our boy down, Allen off of the perfect record. A couple other people went from 12-0 down to 11-0-1. So the jackpots will continue to build and go back up there. You know how much I love me some NBA playoffs DFS, and so far it's translating over here as well. Well, I'll take that back. It was a very good day yesterday. The first day wasn't so good on here. Never mind. I will say it's one and one on the day. So don't forget about the Slump Buster Challenge, though, guys. Don't cash 20 times in the same contest, and they will refund all that money right back to you.
Can't beat it.
Let's shimmy on over to DK now. Sounds like you like tonight's slate.
I do like it a lot.
Okay. Well, guys, if you want to, basically, if you watch the video right now, you can get day baseball, night baseball, and NBA, all of that up for a day pass, which are $5. Otherwise, full membership will get everything. Baseball and basketball is applicable. Football will be here soon. Subscribe to the station if you haven't, guys. Ring that bell for notifications, and then click the thumbs up button if you don't mind. I feel like we've made a shift this year, Bellman. I was the Chris Paddock guy last year, and I feel like now you're a much bigger fan of his than I am, which means I guess we both like him. And I think a key thing here, we like good pitchers after coming off a rough start.
Yeah, Spot doesn't get much Paddock for. Yeah, let me start over. Spot does not get much better for Paddock in a bounce back spot than against the Rangers at home. I mean, the Rangers, not a good offense. Paddock is a very good starter. He was not good last time out. That was the Dodgers start, right?
Yep.
I liked the Dodgers that day. I mean, that's the Dodgers. He's facing the Rangers today. It was the second time in a row he had faced the Dodgers. As good as Paddock is, I mean, it's still the best lineup in baseball in LA over there. So not going to take much against him for struggling there. And that's part of the reason he's really affordable here. 7,700 in a great spot in a great pitcher's ballpark. I've struggled with pitching this week, which is like a rarity for me. Normally, I'm like pretty spot on with pitching. I've struggled with it this week. Tonight's the first night I feel really, really comfortable with pitching, and Paddock is one of the first guys I'll be locking in.
Rock and roll, guys. There are a variety of pitchers at your disposal, so you can kind of use them as an SP2 if you want an upper tier pitcher as your SP1, or you can put them as your SP1 if you really want to pay up for high price bats tonight.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next up, one of your favorite guys to talk about this year is Starling Marte. So it's another day with another Marte parte. He's having a great start of the season.
He's having a really nice start to the year. Nothing spectacular. He's only got 2 homers, 10 RBIs, so not like going crazy, but again, very solid, very affordable here at 3,700. He's a guy that we know has power upside, speed upside. He's still averaging 90K points per game. I like Jesus Luzardo. He's good. I used him when he, in his first start when he got called up. But Marte is just too cheap here. Marte is better at hitting than Luzardo is at pitching right now. And this is a guy that's routinely close to 5K. I'm not sure why he's so affordable here, but I like him quite a bit. I'm a huge Marte fan, so like doesn't take too much to get me on him. And whenever he's priced in the mid 3Ks, if he's not facing, like one of those elite pitchers, I'm about it.
Yeah, Arizona's priced way down today. It's like they're supposed to be facing like Dave Stewart or Mark Mulder or something like that.
Yeah, right. Zito.
Zito, possibly. Man, that's a name I haven't heard in a while. Who was the third person that had that killer trio? It was Mulder, Zito, Hudson. Thank you. All right, next up. So you've been watching a lot of the Mets this week. I know you were big on them a couple nights ago, and they went off for you. They were solid last night. Over the last couple games, DFS points have been finding Nimmo all over the place. So he's dirt cheap hitting leadoff.
Yeah, I mean, I like Pablo Lopez. I think he's in play here starting for Miami because he's been pretty good. But the Mets look good right now, leading off at 3,500, red hot, tripled and homered last night. Hit the ball all over the park. I mean, again, yeah, I agree with your last point. I didn't even read it yet. Like, I'm not trying to stack the Mets tonight against Lopez, but he's just way too cheap to be leading off in this spot on the road. You'll at least get 4 at bats, most likely. It's just a lot to like here.
Yeah, he almost has to be pinch hit for unless he doesn't get his 4 at bats. That's another like small point for DFS is when you take guys on the road, they at least get their 9th inning, and that extra at bat in baseball is huge.
Massive. It's something that you talk about. Like, I don't use guys because they're on the road, but it is a tiebreaker for me. You talk about those all the time. Like, I'd rather have my stack be on the road, no doubt about it.
I mean, absolutely. Like an extra at bat in baseball, just think about it. 4 to 5 at bats is a 25% uptick in the number of times you have the ability to supply points. That's big.
Yeah, massive.
All right. So you wanted to talk about Freddy Freeman. So one of the game's best hitters has not had a spectacular start to the season. I mean, it's not terrible. It's not like he's been massively slumped, but really kind of going the last couple of days.
Really got it going. Is starting to see the ball really well, taking a lot of pitches, has walked a few times. I had watched a bunch of his at-bats recently, and I felt like the big game was coming. Walked and singled in his first 2 at-bats last night, then homered. I like the idea of going right back here. There's some good pitching on this slate. And while Fedde is not a guy I look at and I need to stack against him, the Braves are certainly in play here. Freeman being the top piece, whether you want to stack the Braves or just use him as a one-off, he's not like a must. There's cores in play on this slate. There's other good spots, but I like Freeman a lot. And the biggest point is, like you mentioned, he's one of the game's best hitters. Like, he's really good.
Yeah, we talk about like if you tier things, he's not up at like the Trout or Juan Soto level, but he's that next step of guys down there. He's just a professional, excellent hitter.
Wow, you already have Soto up on that level, huh?
You taught me into it. Watching Soto the last couple of days, he deserves to be up on that level. He is amazing.
He is.
All right. So last up, speaking of guys on that level, all right, maybe not, but the last couple of days, Tim Anderson of the Chicago White Sox has been probably the best DFS play and almost like on back-to-back games. He's another guy quietly having a really good season, averaging 13 DK points per game, OPS close to 1,200, batting average close to 400, underrated power source, also very capable of stealing a couple of bases. One of the main things I like about Tim Anderson tonight, it's nice that he plays in a good offense, but also with Trevor Story, in Colorado, priced very, very close to Tim Anderson. I assume that people aren't going to ride the hot hand here, and more people will probably start to look at Trevor Story in this situation. So you can get a very, very on-fire hitter with huge upside at lower ownership than he might have been on a different day like this.
For sure. I like this call a lot. I mean, he's been red hot, led off both of the past 2 games of the home run. My only, I don't want to say hesitation here, but the pitcher for Detroit is like their best pitching prospect, was the #1 overall pick a couple of years ago. So this guy is good. And I'm not looking to stack the White Sox here.
Not looking to stack the White Sox against them, but, #1 overall pick. Clearly there's talent there. Hasn't pitched at the AAA level yet or anything like this. So it's a big step up for him. It's possible he rises to the occasion, right? Like, this is always the debate we have when it comes to rookie guys. Some guys rise to the occasion in that big first start. Other guys, it's a little bit too big for them at the moment. Maybe they get a little bit away from their control. So we could see it going one of 2 ways, which is kind of the DFS conundrum on a daily basis.
For me, I actually see it going in like the middle. I think he pitches well, but not like well enough for me to want to use him in DFS against a good White Sox lineup. But I probably won't use any White Sox pieces personally.
Gotcha. All right, guys, that's what we have for today. Best of luck with everything. We got a lot of baseball and basketball to kind of dissect and set lineups for. We will keep chugging along. We got a couple more things to talk about with you guys, and best of luck today.
Thanks, guys.